Hello, everyone. Hello, chat.
Hi.
We're
Sorry.
live. Oh, Streamlabs, you're killing me. Okay, we're going to adjust this reminder thing here before we get going, because that is still on.
So am I.
What's going on, chat? How you doing?
Pat's in chat. Patrick.
Pat chat?
Patrick is my best friend.
What up? Look at all these awesome people.
Oh, I love these guys. Oh, I love these guys.
Just looking to adjust that Streamlabs reminder that won't stop ever, even though I don't even have any of the extra things open. Oh.
It's punishing us for being bad at streaming. Pat doesn't read chat. Don't worry. It's nothing personal. It's a thing that he does or doesn't do. He's just like, nah. He just doesn't. He doesn't like the responsibility, you know?
Yeah.
And you know what? That's fair. Patrick doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to do. You know why? Because he's a literal legend. He's a living legend. He's alive and he's a legend.
He answered.
Yeah, see, his game is I don't answer to anybody in chat. His game is I don't answer chat. It's a fun game for Pat and for Pat alone. You know?
Yeah. Hey, I like your sweater.
Mine?
Yeah.
Thank you. I got it on the way home.
On the way home? From what?
Yeah, from work today.
Oh.
I saw it in the store 4 weeks ago. And I was like, I don't need it. You know, I don't need another sweater. Cause I have this like strange addiction to, I think a lot of people do, to sweaters, you know? Not like sweaters, but like hoodies and shit.
Yeah.
And you like usually it's like a gaming related thing. I'll be like, oh, I'd really like to get that sweater because it's got a logo on it that I like or whatever. Or sometimes it's something like this, like it's cute, like this color block is trendy, whatever. And so I saw it 4 weeks ago, and I was like, I don't need it. I've got like 5 billion sweaters. And I just kept thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, and then I bought it, and it was
That's
on
awesome.
sale. Yeah.
Good call. It's pretty cool.
Thank you. It looks like Pokemon merch. Her merch is this
Are those
color,
her
I think.
colors? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Shh. Oh, yeah. Okay, one sec.
Do I wear it like that? I feel like I look like a dog in a sweater when I have the... Yeah,
What?
Pat's been painting all day. Don't I look like a dog in a sweater?
What are you talking about? No?
What if I did up my hair like I have floppy ears?
Which part of you are you saying looks like a dog?
When I zip this all the way up, I look like a dog.
Like you have a collar on or something? What?
Yeah. Do I...
You're too hot to be a
Do I
dog.
look... Stop. Do I look like a dog in a sweater?
Yes. Better?
Thank you.
You he didn't even react to it when I finally said yes. It's just blank. Okay, you want to kick this bitch off? Is that a yes?
What would happen if I just stopped answering you all night?
It would be a lot of empty space both on this stream and on the next episode.
But
So
it'd
I
be
don't
funny,
recommend
right?
it.
Oh. Sorry, my dog's freaking out.
It's okay. I need to change this music over anyway. We need to go to stuff that's safe, not the Doom soundtrack, which is definitely, you know, not available for us to use. Hello from Norway.
Whoa.
Wow.
far away place from here where we are right now.
That's awesome. Welcome. Kitten, what's your question? Sabalicus? Tankus? Venaro said, of course, your dog is freaking out. You stole his sweater.
I'm in a mood.
Okay, Kitten wants to know, how much do you think I could charge for Gamer Girl handkerchiefs if I blotted my boob sweat with them? That last part is key. I wasn't sure about a price on that until you added the last bit.
Listen, tits are always a hot commodity.
And they always raise the price, for sure.
Yeah, sometimes I get DMs that just say boobs. Like I don't know. It's like, what the fuck? Okay.
Is that
I told you guys?
Is that a request for boobs?
I don't know what that means. It just says boobs. It's just like, yeah, I know. But listen, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. And this might be TMI. I'm not sure. But I weighed them one time. This is 12 pounds. 12 pounds. 12 pounds that I'm carrying around on my upper body every day.
That's insane.
12 pounds. And it's like,
Well,
I know they're there. I know. Okay? I get it. You're looking at them. You're like, hey, boobs. Do you see, like, I'm looking at your boobs. It's like, I know. There's nothing I can do about it, okay? There's nothing I can do. I'm the one slinging them around all day. It's like carrying luggage, okay?
I feel like it's less of a statement that you have boobs and more of a demand to see more of them. Especially if they're just saying the word boobs with, like, no punctuation whatsoever. To be fair, boobs really do stand on their own.
It's like that episode of South Park where Bebe gets boobs, and she's the first girl in the class to get boobs, and then all of the boys turn into cavemen, like Neanderthals.
I don't think I saw that one.
I love that one, and they hang outside her house, and they're like, and they start like fighting each other. It's pretty funny.
Is that what your Snapchat looks like?
No, not entirely. Just
a bunch of dudes like,
a lot of the time, but not entirely. I actually, I hadn't gotten a dick pic for like a week until this morning.
Oh my god, is that some sort of new record? Because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I used to get them every day, and it's been going down a little bit. I was doing this thing on Twitter where I started a thread, and I would just like post all the funniest messages that I got. Or like the weirdest ones or the grossest or whatever.
I really like those.
Yeah, and everybody did. And it was like kind of cathartic for me to share them. But then I started getting DMs on Twitter from people from Snapchat saying shit on purpose because they wanted to be in the thread.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't want to entertain this. You know, like this was just me blowing off steam and trying to find a laugh in like that shit. But yeah.
So they instead of it like deterring, it actually encouraged?
Yeah. A little bit. I just didn't want to, encourage it for any reason. So
yeah, okay, fair enough. Real quick chat. How are our levels? The two different voices and the music playing. Is the music too loud? Can you hear us both? Okay. Levels are good. Thank you, Plaggy Boy. You don't hear music. Uh-oh, that's a different type of problem. One sec. Do you guys hear? Does anybody else hear music? Alicus does not hear music. Cinder does. Venaro cannot hear it. Hot pot pie.
Hot pot.
Do hear music.
Oh, indubitably.
Okay, well, if you're not hearing it, then it's probably low enough. That's probably good. If you're not hearing it, it may also have something to do with what device you're on. What do you? Don't eat your lipstick.
I do
It's
what
for going
I want.
on your lips, not in your mouth.
I do what I want.
It's Friday night. It's time for the show. Don't eat your lipstick.
We're doing the show.
Okay, well then in that case, let's start the show.
Okay.
Aw, shit. I'm lagging balls.
That's right, Lagging Balls, your community-focused World of Warcraft podcast. For the people, by some people with your hosts, Thorn and Fist. And we are back! It is episode 191! Welcome, everyone.
Hey, everybody. I was watching The Instance this morning.
Yeah?
They do a lot more dick jokes than they used to.
Oh, yeah?
Just
I have
wiener
not.
jokes.
I have not been back over there in a bit. I need to change that because I miss them.
You do. It's funny because like Scott will like make all these dick jokes, but he'll never say the word dick or like penis. It'll always be like dink or wiener.
Wiener. I love the way he says the word wiener.
Yeah,
I don't know
me
why.
Too. It's really funny.
All of his substitute words for swear words or bad words are like adorable. And I know that part of that is absolutely me like just being in love with him from way, way back because he was like the first WoW podcast I ever like really started following.
Well, you started listening to Instance before CTR?
Yeah. The Instance was the first one that I like listened to and actually stuck with first. I don't know why.
Arrest this man.
I don't know if CTR was around yet.
Oh. So I think I started listening when they were both a thing. But I definitely listened to CTR first.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. The old classics.
Yeah, the old classics that are still going after 20 years?
Hey, some of these guys in chat are saying they found us first. Ooh!
Oh!
Oh!
And you're still listening? Shit. Oh, God. Wow. Holy shit. So, back in the day, we were 6 episodes in when we decided that we were good enough to ask Pat Crane to join his network?
It was way too early. I know we've told that story on this show though.
Oh yeah. I love that story. The best part is Pat was so nice to us.
Yeah.
So nice, and he gave us really nice advice, and
Great
he
feedback.
could have just completely ignored the bullshit inquiry that we made, but he did not. He's always been. It's almost like he knew that 2-3 years later, I would be his best friend in the entire world. His best friend.
Tell you about my best friend. What you guys can't see at home is that she's holding up her framed image of the Pat Crane family.
It's my family.
The Cranes.
It's my family.
It's probably more.
They're beautiful.
The woman looks like it could be his sister though, for real.
That's Pat Mama, Pat Dada, Pat, little Pat.
Little Pat the baby.
When my mom was visiting a couple weeks ago, she knows all about Pat, of course, but she sat down next to me at my desk and she's like, "What the hell is that?" And I'm like, "That's my family." It's funny because she's my mom anyway.
Yeah. How did she feel about that?
Oh, she loves it. She loves it. She loves hearing about Pat and Coltrane. She's a huge fan. She loves both those guys. She's
That's
always
adorable.
asking me what they're up to. And it's funny because she joined Twitter for the first time just a couple months ago, and she's got both of those guys and LB and us following her on Twitter. And it's just just looking at that, it's just dude, when I joined Twitter, I would have killed for Pat Crane and Coltrane to follow me,
Yeah, seriously.
And there's my mom with just both of them in her follows.
All right, well,
Lucky lady.
look, it's Friday night. It's time for the show. We live. We here. Why don't we do what we do when it's showtime? Let's why don't you tell us what you've been up to this week, Fist?
What?
Hey, you with the pinky Pokemon outfit,
What's up?
playing with your hair and creating empty space on the audio file.
Look. I'm a dog.
You guys have to get here for the live show. I'm so sorry that you can't
This
see.
is why we don't do shit live, because I can see myself in the camera. Therefore,
Therefore, you're distracted by your outfit. That's fair.
I'm distracted by my own stupid face. Oh! I went to the store to get this sweater. I also tried on this sparkly top, and that thing just shat out glitter everywhere. Like, it is in my
Came out
eyes,
looking like you were at a
my
strip club?
mouth. Yes, absolutely. That thing was just, I felt bad because, like, I got glitter all over that change room. But, that's their merchandise. It's not my merchandise. So, anyway, on a completely different note, this is a Blizzard Games podcast.
That's right.
And, let's see. I got
Nice one.
AOTC this week.
Hey, congratulations!
I is in, me and my raid team. So, congratulations to my raid team. So, we,
Congratulations, Blood of the Scribe raid team. You guys rock.
Hell yeah. Oh, so how'd we do it? I'll tell you. You didn't ask. So,
So, Fist, how'd you do it?
This is how we did it. So, Alex,
This is how we did it.
do it. This is how we did it.
Went to Nasjata.
La 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 la. What was I saying? Right. So, co-raid lead Alex, he's like, hey, we've got a new strat. And he told us about this new strat last week when we were clearing normal for,
Okay.
shits and giggles. And he's like, all right, here's a new strat. Is everybody ready? And we're like, hell yeah, what's the new strat? And he's like, okay, when those ads come up with bubbles that you have to spear through, let's just not touch them. Let's just let them go.
Let's not say we did.
Yeah, let's just completely ignore them. It's fine, You know what?
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. So we did that on normal, and it worked out really well. So we did it on heroic, and I think we only wiped twice before we actually got it down.
Nice.
And, yeah. So.
Hell of a strat.
Yeah. Obviously, it kind of shouldn't have worked.
Yeah, because you
but
ignored a
it-
mechanic outright. Is it just
yeah.
because you could out DPS the mechanic, or is the mechanic a damage, something that would hurt you? Was it out healed?
The mechanic, it's just kind of tricky and time consuming because the ads come up and you have to like burst them down as much as possible before they shield themselves, and then another ad will throw a javelin style spear at a random person in the raid, and that person has to make sure that they are lined up, line of sight, so that the ad with the bubble around her is between you and the javelin, so it gets stuck in the bubble instead of you. So, and it's just really tricky, and the ad
Sounds
is
like a pain in
in
the butt.
up to three different places, and there's pillars involved and a control panel, and it's kind of So we kind of made up for that with lots of DPS, and it was just
So were people getting speared then?
yeah. So you have to watch out for that and stuff, but
What happens when you get
yeah,
speared?
we just I actually don't know what happens when you get
Do you get-
speared.
Oh.
Because I've always aimed it into the bubble like a good little mage, so I don't know. But yeah, we just pushed through and we got it, and
Congrats.
thank you. I was hoping to get my staff, the heroic version, but I didn't. But yeah, it feels good to finally get that down, and I love this raid so much. It's so good, and yeah, it feels nice to be finished.
Ahead of the curve.
That's right.
Well done, Blood of the Scribe raid team. Oops. Sorry, podcast listeners. Thought I had that sound turned off. Still learning OBS, guys.
Triple.
Thank you for the sub, K Todd J.
Oh, baby, a triple. What else did I do? Let's
And
see,
thank
let's
you
see,
at
let's
home
see.
for listening to the sound of that subscriber.
But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to ESL 1 New York. I'm excited. Get to go watch some Counter-Strike.
Are you covering it?
I get to interview some
Nice.
Counter-Strike babies. Adorable.
Very nice.
Adorable. Very nice. I like. And then the day after that, we're going to the Overwatch League Grand Finals.
Yeah.
Yay!
Now you're talking about stuff I can get behind.
Yeah. So, did you hear about what Bud Light is doing?
What?
So Bud Light is the official beer of Overwatch League, if you did not know. Do you drink Bud Light? Because I don't drink, so I don't even know.
I don't. I'm a Miller Lite kind of guy, but that's okay.
Oh,
I'm happy about it.
Excuse me.
Hey, Miller Lite did not become the official beer, so therefore I care very much about Bud Light now.
There you go. Excellent. So Bud Light is bringing a truckload of beer to the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah? Why?
But it's going to be a payload, and people going who are over the age of 21 and over have to push the payload to the stadium, and beer will not be served until the payload gets to the stadium.
That's amazing. I love that.
I know. Yeah. So I just thought that was just like, cause like it sounds really stupid, and it sounds like a potential waste of money because nobody knows how to push the payload, obviously.
They will for beer.
Like, it just sounds super unorthodox. Like to Overwatch fans, it sounds perfect, but from like a marketing perspective, it sounds like a huge waste of money and a potential disaster, doesn't it?
No.
Like, it's just very unorthodox.
It doesn't from a marketing perspective.
Sure. But it's so genuinely Overwatch that it is fucking brilliant.
Absolutely.
Because like this is the kind of shit that is going to absolutely delight people, and it's so much more.
I want to push it.
So do I, and I don't even fucking drink beer. I just want to push it. But like, it just seems so genuine, and I really appreciate that because like last year, I don't know if you agree, but like it just kind of felt at the Barclays Center like, Overwatch League, came and sold out the Barclays Center for like 2 days in a row, and we were in the Barclays Center, but that was about it.
Yeah.
And the musical guest that they had didn't even know where he was or what Overwatch was, and it was all just kind of.
I'm not sure that's any different no matter where he is.
That could be true. I have no idea. But this year, it's like all of the festivities are happening outside. It's like a Homestead weekend kind of deal. Like out in the parking lot, there's going to be tons of fanfare and stuff that is, like I said, uniquely Overwatch. And that just feels more like a celebration of the game than it did last year. And so like next year, Overwatch League is going to be strictly home and away games. It's not the lease on the Blizzard arena is up. Like it's not.
That's pretty cool though.
Blizzard arena anymore.
I mean, that part's not cool. I wish it would remain anyway.
Yeah.
But it's cool that everybody's gonna have their own stadiums. That's awesome.
Totally.
I feel like I remember hearing about that when we were first talking about the formation of the league. That like it was like $1 million buy-in, I think, like minimum, right?
That's
always
been the plan.
Yeah, that was like part of the contract is like you must have your right within like 3. So this is on track because this is the third. Yep. This will be the 3rd year.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So if the Homestead weekends and this year's grand finals are indicative of what's to come, like this is going to be like the best year ever, And I don't know bragging on it, but the first game of the season next year in February is in New York.
Yeah. Fist, you got to use your sweet connections to get us tickets. We got to go.
I will do so.
We must increase our bust.
No,
well, not you.
I'm fine, thanks.
Boobs.
12 pounds of useless mammary.
Boobs.
Yeah. What else? Oh. So, there is something that I wanted to elaborate on.
What?
If you guys watched CTR this week, which you should have done, because Pat Crane is featured on that show, if you didn't know. And he is the greatest podcaster of this generation.
There you go.
Just saying.
So that's it? That's the reason why?
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Cool story.
But, what I was... No, that's not the whole story.
Oh, there's more.
So what I was saying on CTR was that I was working on something really special in World of Warcraft right now, and I haven't been this captivated by a feature in the game for quite some time. You know, like I love the bonus battleground weeks with the the boner battleground boners just absolutely erect.
B battle.
Yeah.
G B
Yeah.
G.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I love PvP, and I love endgame, and I love raiding, and I love doing islands. I love transmog. There's so much about this game that I absolutely love, but sometimes a feature comes along that it just speaks to me on a different level, and like that's kind of like one of the cool things about World of Warcraft is just like there's so much for so many different kinds of people. Like Zorbix is saying in chat, pet battles.
Mm-hmm.
He loves pet battles because he is addicted to Pokemon, and it reminds him of his beloved. I'm just making shit up.
But there are
anyway,
no turnips in Pokemon.
That is not true.
There's a turnip in Pokemon? I guess there's everything in Pokemon.
Well,
at this point.
Oddish is kind of like a radish, but to me, he looks more like a turnip.
Oddish. I still love that name so much.
Fuck Oddish, man. Anyway, so sorry, I'm getting my games crossed now. All right, so as you guys know, maybe this week is Brewfest yet again, and this year there's lots of new features.
Such as?
Covered some very briefly and terribly on CTR. There's a pretzel crown. There's a new Hearthstone.
We ran through them on here last week.
Huh?
We ran through them on here last week.
Okay, good. So there's this new thing called the Brewfest Chowdown. And I love it.
What does
so
that
much.
entail, Fist?
So speaking of Zorbex, he and I were chilling in game. We went to go check it out. And I wanted to do it because it looked cool. Like you go to the area where the Brewfest stuff is, and you're listening to the tuba music, like asshole, I can't feel my legs, etc. And you see this booth, and it's got 4 seats, and you have to jump into a seat. And the chowdown doesn't start until there's 4 people sitting in seats. You don't have to be in a party. It just has to be 4 people.
Okay.
Once there's 4 people, you get ready, set, go. You get locked in, and then you get special action bar. And you've got 3 buttons. First button is chow down. So first button, you button mash which is how people eat. That's the sound people make when they masticate.
Right.
Second button is beer. So you chug the beer because it's Brewfest. And the
Chat is calling for you to do that again.
And the third button is calling for another plate. So what you're eating is sausages. Like massive sausages. Hardcore wieners. Great big steamy wieners on your plate, and you got to eat those wieners, those big juicy sausages, as fast as you can. However, don't get too excited now.
Okay.
Thorn. However, if you eat the wieners too fast, if you try to chew up them wieners, if you try to ingest those massive steamy ass thick ass sausages, you will undoubtedly choke. And we all know that is a risk that you take when you consume a sausage too quickly and too enthusiastically. Am I right?
That's right.
So, as you're eating, you're button mashing so fast with the sausage, and you're just must consume sausage. Press one. You can choke. So there's going to be a yellow bar above your action buttons, and if the yellow bar fills up, you choke. So when you're choking, that gives you a a few seconds of like, I'm choking. It kind of CCs you. So you got to do that. And then you got to drink the beer to make the bar go down. And
that's a good that's a good way.
Goes down by itself. Yeah, so but then
I like that the beer is the thing that sates the the bar.
Yeah. But then you finish eating sausages and they ask for another plate, and so you have to eat 10 plates of sausages first. Like you're in real time you're
10 plates of sausage
down against 3 other people. So if you're the first person to eat all of the sausages, you win and you get a token. And if you win 5 times, you get a toy, which is a great big like chow down trophy that you can drop and show off your wiener skills.
What does the trophy look like?
It's not phallic at all.
Ah!
Yeah.
I was hoping it was just like
it kind of ruins the joke.
Flopping sausage that just kind of flows in the wind.
Yeah.
like a wacky waving inflatable tube man.
Pretty much.
That's what I would want as my trophy.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so is there a strategy to this? Like, what's the best way to win, so you can work your way to your 5?
Honestly, I haven't figured it out yet. So if anyone has any tips on sausage eating, let me know.
Should that be the question of the week?
No, but DM me with your sausage eating skill.
Okay.
Things. So what have you been up to?
You
Gordon?
just opened yourself up to a whole lot more in your DMs. I have continued the resurgence in Overwatch. I actually started a new separate account that I'm playing solo on damage because I'm terrible at damage. Like,
good for you.
Really bad. So I don't want to bring anybody else down with that since there's roll queue now. I want to make sure that I am playing at the very bottom barrel of levels where I belong and not bringing anybody down with me. It's going really slow though because obviously like I don't have a ton of time to play. So for this secondary account, it's obviously like just a few matches here and there.
Sure.
So, but that's fun. It's kind of nice to have like a fresh account and like just have only my own level of competition in it so far.
Yeah.
Because I'm bad enough at damage that when I have a good match, it feels really good. Like I feel like a god, like yeah.
I totally get that.
And I have to watch it because there are certain maps where somebody like Symmetra is just like crazy OP. And,
yeah.
Like I don't want the game to think I'm that good. It's because Symmetra is that good. So there's some of that going on. But I'm having a blast. I got to play a bunch with some of our guildmates after raid earlier this week. I met this really great couple in game, and now I play with both of them as well, and that's pretty cool because they're both really good and like nice. They're super friendly. And then they also play Raft, which I've been talking about recently. So
perfect.
Yeah, so we went and played some multiplayer in that, which was the first time I'd done that, which was awesome and really fun. I will probably be streaming some of that. Probably not this weekend because we have the Overwatch League finals. But I will probably stream some of that this week. And then otherwise, I've been leveling my mage lobby in BFA. I did some more of that last night. Got to level 69.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's right. I'm done. I'm never touching it again.
I've been told by a Blizzard person, I won't name names, it was Ian, that if there was, in fact, an achievement for getting to level 69, it would be called Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, well, awesome. So what have we been up to? Nothing. Just exactly what we said. Yeah,
well, we did this stream, but we didn't put out the podcast episode, so apologies to everybody for that. We'll put out both of those together. This one, 191 and 190 together as the audio podcast, coming this weekend. Coming no later than like Tuesday.
Yeah. No. Yep. Yeah.
Let's move on over to the Warcrafts.
Let's go.
LB Newsline. News you can use, unless you refuse.
I love those drums.
So do I. They sound so newsy.
They really do. So, welcome to World of Warcraft news. We did cover some of this already in parts of the intro stuff here. But yeah, don't forget the Brewfest is on, so you can obviously go chow down like we were talking about, but there's plenty of other things to do in Brewfest as well. If you're not into stuffing a bunch of sausages in your mouth, you are not alone, and there's plenty more for you to do. What else? What else we got? Cinematics.
I don't know.
New cinematics.
Those
Boy.
things.
Okay, wait. Do we want to talk about this though? Because there's spoilers in there.
Yeah, we don't really do spoilers.
Okay, so look, let's think on that for a minute. But if you are,
What?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to talk about this without spoiling it, and I can't think of one. So I think
Let's just talk about initial feelings.
okay.
For me,
Horniness.
I mean always, but in this case
hunger?
specifically, no, that's an always thing too.
It's a feeling, right?
World of Warcraft is a feeling.
Whoa! Let's go. That song is so old.
Social life. Strathscolo. Oh my god. What was that from? That was from Pure Ponage, the internet show, featuring those dudes from Montreal.
Those
and they
dudes.
were the ones that I think they were the ones that coined the term boom headshot.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember I was dating this really nerdy guy back in the day, and he showed me that. And it was like the first PC gamer nomenclature that I ever knew.
Was Boom Headshot?
Yes.
That's
And I remember-
adorable.
But it's just like, I would say it all the time, and since I was in like high school or something, I'd be like, boom headshot, pwned.
I think
Ugh.
owned was the first thing that I learned. Owned and then pwned.
Pwned. It's funny. But then I learned lead speak and everything too. I remember one time I went into math class in high school, and my dumb teacher, I would say dumb because I didn't like him, but he probably wasn't dumb. He'd written something out in leet speak, and he'd like printed it out and put it on the board. And then he's like, extra bucks to anybody who can read this. And I'm like, hello. And then he made me read it, and I read it out loud. It's weird to think that like leet speak was like something people weren't familiar with at one point, you know?
Well, I feel like there's people who still aren't familiar with it now. If you're not
Really?
a gamer. If you saw a bunch of like words with like all the numbers included where the numbers are similar to the shape of the letter, you wouldn't understand necessarily what the hell that is.
I guess. I don't know. I have no idea.
I wouldn't
But,
say it's like a cipher that you can't decode by any means, but you definitely wouldn't necessarily understand where it came from.
boom, headshot. Pwned. Anyway, right, the cinematics. So,
Yeah, so overall feelings.
I
Can we play your reaction video real quick? Where's that link?
excuse me?
Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
We recorded you when you were watching it, and
I was watching
Publish
it
the
at
reaction
the
video?
office at work, and my hands were like covering my face except for my eyes, and I had to get up and walk around a little bit afterwards. I started crying. It was a lot of it, not a lot of it. There were certain parts of it that I saw coming a long time ago. I'm sure you can probably guess what I'm talking about. But then a few other things that I just like I didn't see coming at all. But that's only because I don't spend a lot of time like trying to figure out what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm not that sort of person. I don't like trying to figure things out. I like things just playing out for me. But I was confused and sad, and also really happy about a lot of things that I saw in the cinematics. But I don't know. After all of those like initial emotions settle down a little bit. I'm really excited, honestly, because I see we all see a lot of parallels with how the story is going with, Garrosh. And
Right.
the more parallels and similarities and redundant stuff that that I see in the lore, the more excited I get, because I'm absolutely convinced that there's going to be a super debate at some point. Like, we're all expecting things to go down kind of similar to how they went, but there's no way in hell that it's going to happen that way. Like, there's going to be some crazy motherfucking thing that happens that we don't see coming, and
As part of this storyline.
Yeah, and it's going to be fantastic.
As part of this expansion.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
You
it.
just made a prediction, Fist.
I guess so.
You
A
did.
very big one. but,
Congratulations. Nice job.
Thank you.
Hey, that's not our thing.
Hard for
We
me
got to
to
give you
do.
credit
No.
where we can.
We are terrible at that stuff.
Very, very bad. Both of us. Yeah, nice job.
Thank you. So what do you think?
Okay, so we'll talk through all the details next week. So and we'll be very clear about the spoilers before that, and we'll do what we can to try and help you navigate around that if you haven't seen it yet. Still, because there's definitely gonna be plenty, right? There are plenty of people who just want to avoid that stuff so that they can play it and experience it in the game, and I respect that. I think that's cool. My reactions to it were solemn, confused, interested, confused, and then ultimately very, very confused. So
Confused and very confused.
Right.
Two different emotions.
there were degrees of confusion among the hunger and horniness that I had trouble processing. And I think part of it is that this entire expansion storyline has been very... What was the term that Ian used early on? Morally gray?
Yeah.
And I think the majority of the morally gray that I've felt as a part of the storyline and all has been from Ian saying it, and less from the actions of what's actually happening, because I haven't seen a lot of morally gray stuff in here, and I've been waiting because I am a Sylvanas loyalist, and I wanted
Really?
that to go someplace good. It doesn't mean I'm a Sylvanas loyalist to the end. It means that's where I was at the beginning of all this, and since the tree, I have had a lot of problems with that, because we still don't have... I still feel like I don't have a proper explanation for that. I still feel like I don't have all of the motivations for that. And I still don't feel like I have a resolution from that, which it makes sense because we're not finished with the expansion
Yeah,
yet.
we don't.
But my feeling toward all of this has been, wait for the next piece of story. Wait for the next piece of story. Wait for the next piece of story. And at this point, we're getting on toward it. Like, we're getting on toward the denouement, if you will, of the storyline from this expansion. It's coming along. And what just happened now, for those of you who have seen it, the way that you know that it ended, I am just like a big old WTF. What the hell happens from here? So
What the cinnamon toast fuck is that?
I love that meme so much. So that's the guarded, generalized version without any detail. Next week, we will talk about details, because these are pretty important cinematics.
Absolutely. But yeah, I know I've said this on like both shows now, like CTR and LB a bunch, but I love that this storyline is evoking so much emotion, and not just you and I, but when that whole tree thing went down, literally and figuratively, people got really fucking pissed.
Oh yeah.
Really pissed. And like, they got pissed to the point where it wasn't cool, like the death threats and everything, that wasn't cool. But
Yep.
a degree away from that, like, people got so pissed that they had to go and expel their pissedness online and stuff. And like, yeah, it's kind of annoying or whatever, but like, ultimately, people cared enough about the storyline and about what was happening to get Omega pissed or Omega excited or just to feel so much about this.
Yeah. Did you feel like that was
And,
the reaction here?
Yes, I do. And it's just like this whole storyline, and then people are just like, I don't know, like I don't feel like I feel like it's I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just like at the beginning it was huge, and then it's kind of like died down a little bit.
The reaction to this?
Yes, and the emotion and all that, but I feel like it's all going to resurge once again once we find out what the hell's going on,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just like I don't expect like it's I can say this much without it being any sort of spoiler. Sylvanas is not a good guy.
See,
that's not
okay,
news, right?
Right.
Like from the Horde perspective, for all those people who really, really, really must want to like do the good guy, bad guy thing, and they automatically put Alliance and good guys and Horde and bad guys because there's plenty of people out there who do that. True. Among the Horde, there have been multiple times when over and over there's a split, right? The leadership of the Horde has been an issue over and over again. And usually the resolution of that is something along the lines of someone dying to move it along to somebody else. This is different.
Yes.
I'll leave it at that. But it's not news that Sylvanas is not a good guy. And what I mean by that is like clearly the tree issue from before. All the clashes with the leadership throughout the Horde, throughout this entire storyline, and everybody kind of reawakening to the fact that Sylvanas has never been like this positive, happy-go-lucky, like her deep in her lore, from the actual deep in her loins from the actual gameplay, where you've experienced that, even with previous War Chief. Interaction like right in the I think what I think what I'm getting at is I think like there's some of this has been a harsh reminder of the Sylvanas perspective for a lot of people,
right.
And so because of that, certain people are reacting a little bit more drastically to this stuff. And other people are just like, well, no, it's more like, it's kind of more Sylvanas-y. But then, no matter what side of the coin you are on that, there's just a giant WTF, a giant question mark about what comes next. And that's a really good way to leave things. Like, it leaves you wanting more, obviously. The story is left on a cliffhanger where the gameplay then takes back over, I presume, and because I'm not there yet. And, that's a good way for these storyline and lore pieces and amazing cinematics, because of course they're amazing every time. Shout out to the Blizzard cinematics team. Holy crap. Beautiful work as usual. And that I love that interplay. Where you advance the story with the game, you catch the cinematics, they make big breakthrough pieces of the story happen, and then you go right back into the game and you do your part of it. And I love that immersion. So I have no idea where this is going to go next. I'm so lost.
Variables, the Azerite, Vol'jin's predictions, old gods, etc. We still don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that's where we should probably leave that.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
Sure. Let's move on to question of the week.
Let's do it. 1 second.
We asked, you answered.
Here's our question of the week.
All right. Last week's question of the week was, describe the perfect Blizzard merch that doesn't exist yet. Now,
I
Fist,
like this question.
you
What?
wrote this question. It's very good. And you also said you had an answer for it, I believe, right?
No, I did not.
No? Okay. So we'll start with the questions or with the answers from our Discord. If you would like to be a part of this, there are 2 different ways that you can answer our question of the week. It is Twitter and also our Discord. Discord is definitely the better way to do it. You're also welcome to email us at laggingballs@gmail.com. But if you join the Discord, if you haven't already, you're definitely missing out. There is a specific channel for the question of the week, and you are more than welcome to partake.
Yeah,
Fist,
you are.
We have some answers.
Yeah, we sure do. The first one's from Benaro.
Hey, he's here.
He is too. He says, I've got 2 answers. The first one I've been asking about for years. Please give me the option to order my tune 3D printed from Blizzard. I'd love a little nameplate on the base. The transmog I'm currently using, the face and body options is selected. It could be priced according to size. The second answer is a bit easier. Full character cosplay costumes would certainly be worth the money. Fine, since I know this crowd, I'll add a third. Warcraft personalities brought to you by Real Doll. You too could have the magical time with Jaina or explore your darker side with Sylvanas for the Horde.
Horde.
Or I would like a
Horde.
life-size Thrall doll, please. Thank you.
Nice, Finaro. Nice, Finaro. Mehmet says, so my dream merch right now is a line of button-up shirts, good for wearing at work, etc., that have a pocket for putting a phone in, etc., and have designs like a t-shirt on the front. You can make allowances, build into the scene to have the buttons be apart or stay apart, and have something fun or cute.
Yes,
I like that.
please. Like Blizzard workwear. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I just wore my Horde polo shirt to work today.
Well, good for
Is
you.
this Friday?
You got nothing to do except work. Plaggy Boy says,
Hey, he's here too.
oh my god, everybody's here. The merch Blizzard needs is obvious. Life-size, anatomically correct sex doll. Finally, you two can be mana bombed by Garrosh. Horrified and aroused when Roadhog goes whole hog into weird, potentially nightmare-level kinky shit, no problem. Spend the night with Kerrigan. Or maybe get facialed by the Holy Fire Arterial. Still not convinced? What if I told you that, for once, Gamon, Savior, Gamon could be the one to gank you? Or maybe you want to tap that dead ass Sylvanas will have you moaning, Dark Lady watch over me. Maybe you want something more normal? Jaina could... Actually, never mind. Blizzard Sex Doll, a Mike and Reggie product. Thanks, Mike and Reggie.
Yeah. And Plaggy. Nice one, buddy. Frasley says, we need toilet paper for either faction so you can wipe with the Horde or Alliance.
Just Alliance toilet paper. Zendara says, are Murloc socks a thing already? I just like saying it. Murloc socks. Murloc socks. Imagine pulling your pant legs up to show your ankle and yelling, how do you like my Murloc socks? Or would we call them Mur socks? Either way, fun socks are one of life's little delights. That's really adorable, actually.
That is really adorable. Mur socks.
Mur socks. Murloc socks.
I'm down. I want that. Scoon says, I'd love some guild merchandise. They have all the icons, backgrounds, borders, and colors set for any and all guild creations already. It would be sweet to create your own logo online from their pre-existing template. Buy items with the crest on it. Mugs, coasters, banners, balloons. It would be crazy cool to send a guild item to someone who has a gift, as a gift, if they are having a tough week, to let them know that we are with them as a team. Makes the digital real.
I love that.
I love that too.
I would love that. Absolutely. Lord Shaper says Lost Vikings dogs costumes.
Ooh.
Oh, that'd be so cute. With beards and everything.
Aw. Okay. Big Fish says life-size NPC robots.
Yes,
Oh
please.
my god.
Absolutely. Like, we know what this audience wants.
What kind of
Questionnator
robot?
Says, yeah. Questionnator says anything that doesn't double in price if it's shipping to Canada. Also with a t-shirt with Murden holding Falstead's Griffin by the leg as it's trying to fly away with the text, keep your feet on the ground. I agree though. It is so expensive when you're ordering stuff in Canada.
It really is. And then we had one more that I actually missed because it was actually above the question of the week posting. This is from Catastrophe, who is actually one of the 2 that I've been playing Overwatch with, the couple I mentioned. So hey, Kayla. Catastrophe says Murloc body pillow. That is a good answer.
Hey, that's hot. That's hot and
Yes.
sexy.
So we've got some themes going on here with these answers, it seems.
Yeah. You guys just want sex dolls and
Yeah.
Blizzard, I know you're listening. Zorb, I know you're there. You got if you guys want to make some money at Blizzard.
Yeah, I see an Adam and Eve partnership in your future.
Oh yeah.
Just saying.
Or real doll partnership, you know? Like you can get real freaky with those dolls. You can get ones that look like anime girls.
I feel like there's a new use for Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker in here somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, blessed my ass. All right. So, thank you guys for answering. The new question of the week is, and this is an old standby, but I'm really actually very curious to hear your answers. What banda, or banza, do you think will play at BlizzCon this year?
Ooh,
Let me
nice.
know. Maybe what you would like to see, maybe what you think is the most likely. Do you think there's going to be multiple bands? Do you think there's just going to be one? Tell us your thoughts, and you can answer that on our Discord. Please join our Discord. It's a good time. There's a channel specifically for a question of the week. You can go there and answer it, or you can email us at laggingballs@gmail.com.
It's true. True that.
Uh-huh. And that's about a show. What do we need to do before we get out of here, Thorn?
First, we need to thank our patrons.
Yes.
All of you out there in patron land. Thank you so much. You guys fuel us. This monster that I'm consuming right now on stream, this Patreon segment brought to you by Monster, was paid for by Patreon dollars. Thank you very much for this. Or I probably would not have had the energy to do the show and be dead right now, which would make for a very boring show for everybody. Was that you tasting?
Literally dead.
Was that like a monster, like a wine tasting, but like a monster tasting?
Yes.
You're like
I've got a blood monster here.
aerating
It's
your palate.
Delicious.
Yes, thank you to all of our patrons out there, and especially to our insane patrons, Crushinator, Chris B, and Arsenic. You guys give us life. Thank you. And there are so many ways that you can find and support the show. Not find. The ways that you can support the show. You're doing one of them right now by being here live in the chat or listening to this on your favorite podcast player. So thank you guys all for doing that. If you're looking for
some iTunes reviews.
Yes, if you're looking for something a little more active to do, a little more specific to do, that would be a great thing, is some reviews. That's always very helpful. Since we are posting these streams now to YouTube as well, pop over there, give us a little like, help us pop that up a little bit. That's another kind of newer thing that you can do to help us out.
Pop.
We are exporting each one of these each week from Twitch to YouTube. So the YouTube channel is coming up and happening. It's all happening. So pop over there and give us a little love on there to help us grow that part as well.
Yes, please. Love you.
Otherwise, I'm doing. Smash that like button.
Nut button.
And as we're figuring things out here for like the live stream, there are a lot of different pieces to this. Some of which we're just like absolutely failing at a lot up front, and that's absolutely on my end of things, so I apologize to everybody on that. One of those things is this feature of Streamlabs OBS that I just quite don't have down yet, and it's called Bye Felicia.
Oh fuck, I didn't see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, stand by for a sounder.
Listener feedback time. Because the more you write, the less we have.
Hey, ballers.
Wrong one.
Send us your
There we go.
thoughts, comments,
Oh,
dick
God.
pics, whatever. We appreciate all content and feedback. Now stay tuned for some other stuff that's awesome.
And those horns going out means that's the end of this bumper. And that's the show.
Oh my god.
Episode
We did it.
191 in the proverbial bag.
Oh man, we're getting so close to episode 200.
We are. Are we supposed to do something for that?
Oh. Yeah.
200. Should
we
we
don't
eat
have to.
200 pizza rolls? I think I'd die.
I'd have to find those vegan ones. I know they exist. I just have to find a lot of them.
And you'd also have to eat them with your mic really, really close to your mouth. So you can like, all of that and breathing into it and like.
You know, Torinos or whatever the hell it's called. They just entered a partnership with Activision for Call of Duty, and you can get Call of Duty pizza rolls now that give you special stuff in game, and they
Excellent.
collaborated with Nadeshot to
That's amazing.
figure out what kind of shit pizza rolls and last night at the 100 Thieves party at TwitchCon, there were waiters with like trays of pizza rolls just like going around giving people pizza rolls. Like, what an age we fucking live in, you know?
That's amazing.
Just like pizza rolls and Mountain Dew used to be like degenerate, like nerd fucking, like, you know, like basement dweller food, and it still is, to be fair.
Yeah, it still
but,
is.
like,
They're
now-
not healthy things.
Yeah, but like now Mountain Dew is like, hey, get your fucking Mountain Dew game fuel in a can, bitch. And Tortino's is like, eat your fucking pizza rolls at the fucking 100 Tea party, bitch. Like, this is fucking exclusive shit. It's like it's coming up in the world now, you know?
I remember they did a smaller thing with Totino's for, I think, Heroes of the Storm.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And
but
like
then-
Twitch had something to do with
But
it
they
as
didn't
well.
bring any pizza rolls to the event. There was just a
No.
sponsor. There was none there.
I did love eating pizza rolls back in the day.
Oh yeah. That
They're really good.
that living on the dangerous pivotal edge of, is this going to burn me beyond repair or not? Because I really want to
Yeah.
stick it in my mouth right now anyway. The whole
Yeah.
bite half of the pillow and then like
Yeah,
blow
and then the
blow
hot air
into
comes
it.
out, it's like,
Yep, and then you blow into it. It just makes that little sound, like a little slight whistle, as you're
And then
blowing
you,
into the.
you're fucking chewing on it for ages because you put it in the microwave instead of the oven, so they're kind of gross. But you just like you wanted them now over the quality of the pizza roll.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
I'm fucking hungry now.
You got a plate full of half busted pizza rolls that
Yeah.
that couldn't handle the heat.
You know what, man? You just, it's hard out there for
It's a
pimp.
it's a visceral experience
would
for a
know.
gamer and a teenager. All right, guys, that's the show.
Yeah. Well, have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And we love you all very much individually.
We really do. Bye. Oh, new subs. That was good timing.
Oh, thank you, Anger.
Thanks, Anger.
Lots of balls in my mouth. You've had balls in your mouth more months than that, probably. I'm sorry.
Dark Sting. It's all good. We just finished like the actual recording kind of section of everything, but we're still here. It's all good. We got some post show.
Section. Should we throw it to Azeroth round table because they're still going?
We absolutely should.
Let's do it.
Okay, when we get there, everybody say
Pizza rolls.
pizza rolls. Yes, that's
Pizza
nice and clean for their
rolls.
turn. All right, when we get there,
Pizza
we're gonna raid over. Give me 1 sec.
Man wiener. As opposed to a lady wiener. Oh, I love it with a lady wiener. Dog sweater? Alright, one more dog sweater. You ready? Just look up a greyhound in a sweater, okay? You'll know what I mean. Greyhound in a sweater. A lady's willy. A female ween. I look like I don't know. It looks weird with this.
Okay, raiding over in 8
I'm
seconds.
Cool, Mom.
Cool. All
I don't know.
right, everyone say pizza rolls when you get over there. Bye.
Bye. Who dat? Oh, it's Minnie.